In this video, I had fun as Canada. I was not sorry for it. Watch the video to see just what I get up to. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today we're going to be playing as one of the most secret, strong, and actually fun nations to play as in Hearts of Iron 4. And that's not just because I'm from there. Today we're going to be playing as the Dominion of Canada. We'll leave Iron Man mode on and historical AI, and we'll just hop right on in to Canada. Alright everyone, welcome to the True North Strong and Free. We are here in Canada. We have 13 divisions, which are not very equipped, but we'll get working on that. We also have ourselves 19 factories and 19,000 manpower, if only we had 19% war support to complete the trio. But we are a very stable nation as well at the start of the game, so that is helpful. In terms of what I want to do today, okay, so Canada is one of the most fun nations to play as in this game. You don't really have to worry about your defense too much. You can make some fun divisions. You can help out wherever you want around the world. That is, of course, staying with the UK. So today we will strengthen the Commonwealth ties and we'll stay as part of the democratic bloc in the world. And one of the most widely known Canada strats in Hearts of Iron 4 single player is rushing mechanized, so that's what we'll do today. We're first going to start off, funnily enough, with army modernization. Usually you'll never see me doing this. You'll always see me starting with the political or industrial tree, but today we're going to be doing army modernization first. And of course, I want to make Canada a rich nation, so we'll start building a ton of civs. We'll start with Southern Ontario with the highest infrastructure, and we will need to research this truck first before, so that the boost goes into Mechanized 1. Hey everyone, just a quick channel announcement. I am launching a channel membership. It will be out by the time you've watched this video. I want to first start off by saying please don't feel obligated or pressured to join this membership at all, but I have two tiers here, and I will provide you with some loyalty badges, emojis, and in each game, one channel member will randomly be chosen to become a division or a tank design, plane design, whatever. In video, I will have a little graphic showing all of my members, and the elite tier will just have the top part of that. So I've made little icons here myself. They sort of upgrade. This is for a new member, and then they upgrade the longer you are a member, which I find pretty cool, until you've been a member for a year. Also, there are a few emojis. I didn't really know what to put for these, so if you guys have any good ideas, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to make some new ones as well. Again, thank you all for the support, and back to the video. So there we go. Army modernization's done. We're going to go right down to the CMP truck so we can rush that mechanized. So yes, we will be rushing mechanized and we will be making some pretty good tank divisions today. So we are going to start with armor here in our Grand Battle Plan Doctrine. And I think we'll do streamlined deployment for our strategy today. Now, of course, things weren't the greatest economically, especially in North America at this point with the Great Depression going on. And yeah, it did hit us pretty hard. 50% consumer goods and minus 20% factory and dockyard output. That is very bad. Yes, so there, with a research slot opened up, we do have a 2-year ahead of time bonus for the Priest Kangaroo. So only in 238 days we can get mech. So of course I do want to civ greed a bit as Canada today, but I also want to make a lot of mechanized and tanks, and also to sort of research as fast as we can. We are going to take the stability hit and give refuge to both German and Italian scientists. And look at that, we have Mech 1 researched already. It is February 37, the start of February 37. Let's get this into production already, just so we can start building a little bit of a production efficiency towards it. So yes, like I said, we will be sticking around with the UK today, so let's strengthen our Commonwealth ties. Get some nice research sharing bonus, but also I'm looking for these shadow factories to get 3 mils. Now, I know some of you have noticed in the comments, I have a bit of an accent. You know, I can't tell I have an accent, but I do have a Canadian accent apparently. And if you couldn't tell, I am from the Maritimes, so this region over here in Canada. Alright, so I'm going to rush the basic medium tank, and this is a 1938 research. So it's a bit ahead of time, but I do want to use a bonus on the 1940 medium. So we'll head down our focus tree and we'll grab the Valentine tank, which will give us a 100% research bonus. And it is nice, as Canada, we do have a medium tank designer, so we'll get that all upgraded as well. That is actually the only armor designer we have, is the Vickers Armstrong medium tank designer. So that is why we are going to be making medium tanks today. Yeah, of those original DLC, I think it was Man the Guns, Focuses, Canada definitely got the best one, but it wasn't always like that. At least it wasn't always so obvious. I think National Steel Car and Send of the Zombies were mutually exclusive, but thankfully they did change that. So now you can fix both your conscription and your industry instead of just one. And there we go, Valentine tank, 324 days until improved medium tanks. We'll have them pretty much a year early. And for some more boosts towards our motorized slash mech and our tank divisions, we'll do mission type tactics for this sub-doctrine here. We'll grab mobile infantry. That really makes our mechanized pretty dang good. if we are to max it out. Yeah, so August 38, the Germans are justifying on us. Again, not directly on us, but I'm guessing they are going after the Czechs. So yeah, it is worrying to see that a certain mustache man who looks a little happy right now is going after people, and we don't appreciate that. We'll make them apologize. We're not going to be apologizing today for what we're about to do to them. Yes, and there we have it. The Munich Agreement is here. Peace for our time. Yeah, we'll see about that, Chamberlain. Since world tension is finally high enough, I'm going to cancel this focus right here and do the Defense of Canada regulations. Again, we needed more than 20% world tension. We have that right now, so we might as well start to doing it before it drops back below if that is the case. And about time, we can start to modify our Great Depression and fix that. After a little wartime prices and trade board, of course, then we can go down to the Canada Wheat Board and reduce our Great Depression by half. It's only fully fixed all the way down here with war-fueled economy, and look at how many focuses you need to do to get to that. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I did build civs for just a little bit, maybe too long. It has just started in 1939 now, and we are building our first mills here in southern Ontario. But civs will be much needed because we're going to need to import a lot of goods to support our tank divisions and our mech too, so I'm not too worried about civ greeting for a little bit longer than usual. That is sort of what I wanted to do to begin with. We just finished our research on the 1940 improved medium tank. Let's get one in design right now.
What's he building in there?
Alright, I think we'll go for something a little like this. 7.6 kilometers per hour speed, 44 soft attack, around 50 breakthrough, 55 armor. We'll save this as our design here, and we'll finally start to get some of these bad boys in production. Every future mill will be on the RAM. Oh, for gosh sakes, give me some darn war support. I need some more support. I can't do anything right now. I can't increase my conscription. I can't get off early mob. I can't do anything. Please. Alright, so here are going to be our tank divisions. Gonna go with 30 width. We'll get some more support companies as I research them, and we'll call them the Sorry, eh? Because they will be sorry for even considering running into these bad boys. We'll get 4 of them into production. It's actually wild. We have all of the mechanized we need for them already. We're just missing, of course, 1,500 medium tanks. Well, here we go, everyone. Germany has declared on Poland. Poland's joined the Allies, and let's join, just like in real life. Let's not wait for the UK to call us in. Let's join on our own terms. There we go. We are now fighting on their side, but finally we have some much needed war support. We'll go right up to war economy. Of course, we still have to wait for focuses to be able to increase our conscription, so we'll have to wait a bit on that. And we've hired Mr. John Murchie for an extra 10% attack and defense for our armor. Our divisions right now are at over 400 soft attack. That's without any doctrine or other support companies. Finally, with commit to the war done, we can increase our conscription. Of course, I need 10 more political power. Why wouldn't I? We'll do some war bonds. We'll start to fix our industry, which still isn't fully online. Well, there go our French compatriots. Our tank divisions are almost finally out. Our first 2 at least. Part of me wants to try to help defend Norway. Now, I'm not sure how that will go given the terrain and the supply in this area, or if they'll even be able to hold out by the time I get these divisions out. There we are. Finally, our tank divisions are out. Okay, you know what? On second thought, maybe I won't go to Norway. The Norwegians have completely collapsed, and I really don't want to get convoy raided up there. So instead, we're going to head down to North Africa, which, okay, of course the Allies are having trouble with. And thankfully, our boys have made it without being convoy raided. We are fully ready. Let's see if we can push here into El Alamein and encircle these 3 Italian divisions. Our first action here in the war so far. And yes, a massive success. They cannot pierce us. We have great breakthrough and soft attack. Start to pin these guys in place before they can even retreat. Yes, and there we go. We've encircled them. I wonder if we can even overrun these guys. We did overrun one. Let's keep on moving. And we just overran all of those guys. There are definitely a lot of people here in Tobruk. 9 German divisions, and we'll also start to build a supply from Alexandria here into North Africa. And yeah, we were out of supply. They have pushed us back a little bit. I've moved our tanks off the front line just to avoid them potentially being encircled. That would be the last thing I want. And another one of our tank divisions is out here in Ottawa. Now, the Allies still haven't even pushed out Italian East Africa yet, so maybe our tanks will go move on down to there. Only one poor Italian division here on this port. Let's push it out. It's as simple as a right click. Packing into 4 divisions, no problem for our tanks. We've encircled 3 Italians here with the help of our allies. Yes, our 3rd tank division is headed on down here to Ethiopia. And with this port captured, that should be all of these Italian divisions cut off. And yes, there it is. we have pushed the Axis out of Ethiopia just in time for our 4th Sori A tank division. It looks like our allies actually built a port here in Marsamutra. That's probably how they were able to push. They actually had supply. And yes, our once strong industry has been ground to a halt because of all the resources we need for our great tank divisions. I might scale back our tank and mechanized production a little bit and instead focus on maybe marine divisions. I think could be a good idea, especially for some naval invasions of Italy. Alright, let's see if we can finally push into Tobruk. Oh, thankfully, we just got the port built, and we have supply again. It is glorious. So let's do what we do best with our tanks, and destroy Italian people. And yes, we have taken Tobruk, just as Operation Barbarossa has kicked off. Alright, let's see if we can make it all the way to Tripoli. I am a bit doubtful, but, you know, we can give it a shot. And there, with the if day focus done, we can remove the Great Depression. About time, it is only the 7th of August 1941, right? Thankfully, we have supply again from this port. Let's push on into Tripoli. And there, with our war-fueled economy, the Great Depression is gone. And for our glorious Marines, we'll call them the Polar Bears because they are a great marine animal as well. Looks like our allies have several plans here in the Mediterranean to try to limit Italian influence. We'll have to get in on those as soon as possible. Oh, this is cursed. Our last focus just gave us synthetic oil experiments for free, but we don't even have fuel stores researched. Just got the event for the fall of Kyiv now, and yeah, it is May of 42. The Germans clearly haven't done too hot in the Soviet Union, which is good for us. We've sent in these zombies, so let's continue working on towards fixing our conscription crisis. And we're just waiting for, hopefully, the Allies to wake up and give us some dominance here in the Mediterranean so we can invade, because, well, our 11 ships are probably not going to be able to contest the Italians. Actually, as a matter of fact, Quebec, you can hold on for just another little bit. I need some dockyards, so I'm going to do the Halifax shipyards. We actually don't have enough ships to provide enough dominance, even without anybody contesting us. Okay, well that might actually do something. They've just declared on Vichy, so maybe we can get our tanks back and operating here in North Africa once again. Okay, we just pushed out this tile. We're going to be able to get, I think that's at least 10 divisions here on this tile. Yeah, 15 divisions. Let's push them out of Tunis. We can finally launch our naval invasions here onto Sicily. And it looks like the US and the UK also are doing the exact same thing as us. And we are pushing out Palermo. There we go. We've done it. And with that, we can raise our autonomy and become free. And there we go, we have a beautiful maple leaf flag. A great day for Canada, and therefore, the world. Ooh, sorry about that, eh? Don't mean to rain on your parade, eh? Let's force the Quebecois conscription today. It will upset the population, but you know what? No true English-speaking Canadian doesn't harbor a little resentment towards the French, and vice versa. And it looks like this will be the last port that the Axis controls in Africa. We have taken Casablanca. All of this is cut off. But yes, we have secured all of Africa now for the Allies, and we finally have enough dominance to launch a naval invasion of the mainland Italian coast here. Yeah, look at that. 9 divisions on this tile, 3 on this one. This might be pretty difficult to get a landing here. There we go. Canadian forces have entered Rome, and we've taken the port of Naples as well. That is huge. Thankfully, that means none of our units will be encircled. And there we go. All of our landings have been successful. There we go, this is now one unified front line. We'll also move our tanks into here as well, which should help us close this pocket and encircle all of these troops. Alright, let's do it. Offensive on the go. And there, Italy is officially cut off in half. Look at how many Axis troops are in this pocket. They are all about to be wiped out. Beautiful. And as Canada, we've taken out over 500,000 Italians thus far. About to get another massive encirclement, I'm pretty sure, right here. Finally, Mussolini has been deposed. The table is now in charge of Italy. There's just so many troops here. I've got my guys off the front line just for now. Well, it seems the Quebecois are not the happiest in terms of their conscription. They have blown up a factory in the Yukon territory. Really, guys? All the way up north? Okay, it said Yukon territory, but it looks like the factory was actually blown up in southern Ontario. Just like real life, I want to be a part of the D-Day landings here in Normandy. Looks like the British and Americans have some things planned here. There's just so much down here in Italy, both our allied troops and the enemy. It's not worth it to try to push from here when there is no supply and endless amount of divisions you have to fight through. Yes, it looks like that British invasion is off. We'll see if they get a landing. Alright, let's launch our invasions too. Let's help out the British. And Quebec is still not very happy. They're still blowing things up in Ontario. Cherbourg open? Cherbourg is open. We have secured this crucial port here in Normandy. Now we can get our tank divisions here. Now that we have a landing, we do have 14 other spare divisions that we can use to hold the line over here as well. Alright, here our tanks go. Let's see if we can also connect with our troops here in this other landing. And the Italian Civil War is here. We do have the puppet, and we'll even transfer the territory over to them, just so we don't have to garrison it. And we pretty much have full control over Normandy, apart from this one tile right here. Let's just get that so we can say we have full control over Normandy. Okay, there we go. Brave Canadian troops are going to be the first ones in Paris, just you watch. And yes, the liberation of Paris by Canadian troops. Another massive success. We've just cut off a huge portion of Vichy France right here. Who up marketing they garden right now? Another massive offensive for the Canadian Tank Corps. What can I say except another massive pocket of Axis divisions? It's getting ridiculous at this point. The thing I love about this path, it's not really overpowered, it's just really fun. Wow, I didn't realize how good this focus also is. 10% recruitable pop, 5% research speed, it increases surrender limit, which I guess isn't that important, but also, if you weren't free before, you do get 0.1 daily autonomy gain from this focus as well. And we're working our way right on down to the Newfoundland Act. And there goes like 40 plus Axis divisions in that pocket right there. Let's take a look at the casualties. We've actually taken 250,000 losses, 100,000 of the Germans, but we've inflicted almost 1 million. We're the second highest in terms of their casualties. We've taken 71,000 to the Italians, but we've inflicted almost 670,000, 23,000 to the Vichy French, and we've taken out 400,000. Yes, it also looks like the Soviets are finally doing their big pushback. They're into Romania, they've taken Warsaw, and they are, yes, pushing back from Leningrad, because I just looked earlier and Germany had control of Leningrad, so it's good to see they got it back. Alright, let's finally do the Newfoundland Act and see what the UK says to giving us Newfoundland, which was the last province to join Canada. You know what, Luxembourg? I like that little addition you've made. Alright, you know what? Let's be the first ones into Berlin. Let's just right-click on Berlin. And would you look at that? The fall of Berlin. There we go. The Newfoundland Act done. And they have signed it. Okay, and apparently even though the US controls Newfoundland, they don't really get a say in this. There we go. We now have Newfoundland and Labrador, of course. I didn't get a notification, but it appears as if Germany has capitulated. All we need left to capitulate is, of course, Greater Hungary. And there we go, finally. We have 12% of the war effort, not too bad at all. And there we go, peace deal is over. I just fed our puppet a lot of the Italian lands. We also have a little bit of the Canadian occupation zone here in Moselland, but we're still fighting Japan. Franco does this in every game, man. Why would you join the Japanese now? Why? Again, just like in real life, we may actually have the 4th largest navy in the world after this is all said and done, because we've just taken pretty much a ton of the Axis fleet that we could. Here's our invasion of Taiwan. Let's see how it goes. Of course, a massive success. Just to further along my point, we have elite tank divisions, a really good air force now, and a very sizable industry and manpower pool. This is why Canada is honestly one of the most fun nations to play. Let's launch our naval invasion finally. Our divisions are moving pretty much without issue here through the Japanese mainland. Let's just hit our magic button here. There's no reason not to at this point. Let's just watch our troops roll over the Japanese. And Japan has capitulated just like that. We only had 3% of the war score. Yeah, we'll take the Yamato, of course. And there we go. Sure, let's sign the Treaty of Brussels as well. Peace deal's over. The war is over. That's gonna do it for this one. If you've watched this far, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. It would mean a lot to me. The support on my recent videos has been mind-boggling, and I really truly appreciate that. And hopefully, I will see you all in the next one. Peace.